Well, guys, it's 2025, and you might be wondering, is the iPhone 14 still good for gaming? Whether you're dropping in a Warzone Mobile or grinding Genshin Impact, which is a pretty cool game, by the way. I'm going to be breaking down how the iPhone 14 stacks up in today's mobile gaming landscape. So let's get right into it. So the iPhone 14 came out back in 2022, but, here in 2025, it's still holding its own. So let's talk about raw power. Now, under the hood, the base iPhone 14 is powered by Apple's A15 Bionic chip, the same one used in the iPhone 13 Pro. It's built on a 5 nanometer architecture with a 5-core GPU. That just means it's capable of pushing smooth frame rates in most modern mobile games, even the newer graphically demanding ones. Now, you're looking at stable performance in games like I said, Genshin Impact on high settings at 60 frames per second, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG if you're still playing that, and even some of those newer Resident Evil games like, Village, via cloud or native support. So for mobile games, yeah, man, this thing's got some really good performance. Still making it a worthy competitor to some other flagship phones. Display and battery. All right, but performance isn't the whole story. What about the display? So the iPhone 14 sports a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED screen. That means you get rich contrast, deep blacks, and vibrant colors. It also supports HDR10 and Dolby Vision, which makes games pop. However, there's a catch. So it's capped at 60 hertz. So if you're used to 90 hertz or 120 hertz on like Android devices, the iPhone 14, you'll start to notice a difference in ultra smooth animations. For casual gamers, it's not a big deal. I'd also argue for some serious gamers, it's not going to be the end of the world. But let's also talk about battery. So this is always a big deal. People overlook, but gaming eats battery. So the iPhone 14's got a 3279 mAh battery. Isn't kind of huge by today's standards, but with iOS 18 optimizations and the efficiency of the A15 chip, you still get decent runtime. So I would say around 5 to 6 hours of continuous play in games like COD Mobile, which is pretty big. In lighter games, I probably think of like Clash Royale, Subway Surfer, some of those type of games, you'll get 7 or 8 hours, I would say. And, personally, I think the battery on the 14 is pretty solid, if you ask me. Other than that, one other issue is like overheating, and the iPhone 14 can get warm, especially when you're playing demanding games using 5G. The aluminum frame does heat up a little bit. It's not terrible. I wouldn't even say it's a deal breaker, but, it does happen every once in a while. All right, let's talk about the gaming ecosystem. So where iPhone 14 really shines is, in Apple's ecosystem. So Apple Arcade's awesome, a lot of cool games in there. Then you've got cloud gaming, which is kind of like changed the way we do everything. You connect to Microsoft servers, you start playing some X Games on your iPhone, and it's like you're just kind of doing it. So check it out. In 2025, I would say the iPhone 14 is still worth it. The price on this is very good if you want to get an iPhone, but you don't want to spend too much money. You could find a really good price on it. And speaking of prices, I will have some discount links for this in both the description and pinned comments if you're looking for some good pricing on it. But to kind of recap here, you get smooth gameplay on top tier titles. It's got a gorgeous OLED visuals, access to cloud gaming, and of course, it's got that Apple ecosystem. But depending on the game you're playing, like I said, shouldn't be an issue. And speaking of gaming, I am going to play a few different games for you guys, so I can kind of just showcase on the iPhone 14. Plus, I just love I love mobile gaming. So hope you guys enjoy it. Tap the like and let's freaking run it.
Fight on! Think you got what it takes to beat the champ? Ready? Fight! Think you got what it takes to bring it? Fight!
Must be the code on the wall.
If it shoots...
Punching in the code.
Oh, Christ! What did you do?
The code's good, but we got zone fault lines. It's locked for 2 minutes. We need time. Stick together.
The signal's been tripping over sensors. We need to deactivate them. God, I'm good. Shit.
Today's a good day. Throw like a grenade. Control that fire.
Find those sensors and shut it down.
Feels good to be alive.
We need to look out.
Oh, yes. Sensors off, but the damn system locked up again. Shit. Reloading. Knocking them down. Take down the bull.